Catholics gather for Sunday Mass in Indonesia's former capital, Yogyakarta. More than 28 million Indonesians are Christians, accounting for 10% of the population. But members of this community are regularly targeted by Islamist fundamentalists. In 2018, this church was the scene of a terrorist attack.
I was protecting my son, so I had my back to the terrorist. He suddenly attacked me with his sword and he slashed my head right here.
A member of the so-called Islamic State, armed with a sword, burst into the church during the service. Francesco and Albertus tried to stop him.
So I went here with a chair here, and then the attacker was here. And then I said, "Sudah mas, sudah mas." Yeah.
4 people were injured, including the 81-year-old priest. The attack left the community in shock.
Not all Muslims hate other religions, but now, whenever we have a big mass, police are deployed to keep an eye on us.
Religious minorities have been the victims of more than 600 attacks in Indonesia over the past 10 years. While the government attempts to crack down on Islamist extremists, Christian Indonesians say the law has failed to protect them.
Show me the wedding photos.
Monica and Andy almost never got to celebrate their wedding. She's a Muslim and he's a Christian.
It's not common for Indonesian people that have a different religions to get a closer relationship. So if you want to get married, you have to be the same religion.
Indonesia's Supreme Court banned interreligious marriages in 2023 after Islamic authorities petitioned against them. Monica and Andy had to go to Australia to get married, a solution few Indonesians can afford. The couple don't think much will change, even under a new government.
You know, Indonesian religion is very sensitive. Government doesn't have any courage to change the rule because it might, you know, make like a rejection from the people, especially the Muslim people.
Despite being the world's largest Muslim democracy, Indonesia has traditionally kept religion out of politics. But Islamic mainstream and conservative parties are gaining influence. Signs of their growing influence can be seen on the streets. Headscarves are now a common sight. This young Muslim woman, who wishes to remain anonymous, refuses to wear a hijab, even though her school has tried to force her to do so. There's no law requiring women to wear a headscarf. She went through years of pressure and harassment from her teachers and fellow students.
My teacher told me that it was forbidden to show my hair. That's how the hijab is being forced on girls. If you don't wear it, you'll be seen as a girl who's trying to attract boys.
The girl says her parents allowed her to decide whether to wear a hijab, but their liberal attitude is not widely shared.
All of my friends who didn't wear a hijab were scared because they were being bullied, so they started wearing one to stop the bullying. But after they saw me standing up for myself and fighting back, they were inspired to take a stand too.
The hijab is not considered part of Indonesian culture and has only become popular since the late 1990s. Now 75% of Indonesian women are thought to wear one, but others still refuse to cover up. An evening rock concert in the middle of a Jakarta street. Here in the capital, with a population of 20 million, young people enjoy more freedoms than their peers elsewhere in the country.
There are plenty of things wrong.
Yes, that's true.
We live in a very conservative country, but we don't have a choice. We have to live with it.
People desperate for more freedom, but also resigned to the growing influence of conservative politicians. To appeal to young voters, The outgoing president, Joko Widodo, had promised a tolerant and relatively secular Indonesia. Many feel only disappointment and trepidation about the future.